afternoon again. Um, oh, I could mess with this. So I learned something that I was talking to my caseworker David um this week. Well, no, yesterday. Um, I learned that sometimes therapists and psychiatrists want to put a category of ladies and gentlemen in the same category. Unfortunately, we're not in the same category whatsoever. And I would like to explain to you why. I have, it's getting a little bit dark. Don't know why. Is it cloudy today? Um, for example, I have PTSD, manic disorder, and anxiety and stress disorder. Sorry, I used to have stress disorder. Now I have postpartum stress disorder. Honestly, I thought that postpartum stress disorder only pregnant women could get it. Unfortunately, postpartum stress disorder is not just for pregnant women. It's also because of your health conditions. The reason why you will get postpartum stress disorder. It could be your seizure disorder or an accident or PTSD will cause postpartum stress disorder. Now, I have a therapist. She's really great. I love my therapist. Her name is Celeste. I don't know if I'm saying her name correctly, but her name is Celeste. I love her. She's from Providence. I don't have her from my city in Worcester, Massachusetts. Also, Worcester is not said. This city is not called Worcestershire. I'm Hispanic. I was born in Puerto Rico. So honestly, I didn't know you say Worcestershire. It's not called Worcester. It's Worcestershire. The ladies and gentlemen from the city, they call it Worcestershire. Who the frick knew? I didn't know. So honestly, this is 21 and over, probably like adults only. And the only way I could do this live, it was clicking that it's for children, but it's not for children. So I had to say it's adults only. Now, I do mental health blogging. I do mental health awareness. I talk about mental health and medicals. I've been through a lot. I went through abuse. I've been through physically, emotionally, like a lot. I don't even know what you're allowed to say on here. So I've been attacked, like physically, emotionally attacked. Things that I don't know what you could rephrase. Essay, that's what they call it. Like R, I've been R, and I didn't give them consent to do that. You gotta say yes to make love. As a child, I didn't say yes to it. I didn't have the mentality to say yes. My mom, unfortunately, she was a great mom, and she was. Don't get me wrong. Unfortunately, she was young when she had kids. There were seven of us in total. She was a great mom in a long period of time. But unfortunately, this her decision in life with wanting to be a parent, um, I don't know what really happened. It's in bits and pieces. I'm gonna be honest. We had good moments, and then we had bad moments. Sometimes I felt like the men that came into her life were not the best. They were good men, and I honestly, at times, as I remember, they were good men. My older sister's dad, I never seen him do anything bad. Because my older sister's dad, she has the same brother, same DNA, same father, um, same brother. Now my older brother before him, they don't have the same father. It's a whole different man. So he's my half brother because we have the same mother but different father. So my older sister and her brother have the same dad. Then my older brother Jesus. So Sully and Goldo got the same dad, but Jesus got a separate dad. I got a separate dad. Carmen got a separate dad. Pedro got a separate dad. Berto got a separate dad. So all seven of us got, huh? So my older sister and her own brother, because we call them the twins, they got the same dad because they got the same father. But all five of us got separate dads. you gotta understand the logic of what's going on in our family. And before us, all seven of us, there should have been twin kids that didn't make it. They didn't survive. So you gotta understand that. I don't know if it was she was so desperate or bajaca. We were born in Puerto Rico, except my youngest brother, Berto. He was born in New Jersey. So you gotta understand the logic of trauma that most Hispanic or Black families, that some of us, the logic, and that some Americans call it, that they think that most Americans, not all, because I'm gonna say most logic, or most American or most white folks say, because most Puerto Ricans, we got white blood in our DNA. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Not being racist about this, because our ancestry, we got white in our blood. Let me tell you why we got blood ancestry in our blood. Now, my older sister and her brother are white skinned. My mom is darkest as F. But my older sisters and her brother, because they got the same dad, are light skinned, not white paper, but like cream. They're cream color. So if you're cream colored, that means crema, like cream as coffee. That means they're ancestry wise Puerto Ricans or Dominican or Mexican. If you are light skinned, ancestry white, and all of a sudden your skin started getting a little bit darker, that means ancestry white. You got somebody ancestry white that was white in there. And if your eye color start going from green to blue to hazel to brown to dark as hell, that means that somebody in your ancestry, back in the day, great parents used to be white. So when you start doing an ancestry, it says 10%, 30%, 40% Irish, German, like white or American white. That means that your ancestor, they got mixed in there. So imagine if white families, it says 40% black, 40, 50, 60% black, African. Now, my side of my family, I seen I seen them like be different colors, like a bag of Skittles. Like I never seen a whole box of chocolate. Like I said, what the heck is going on? Like they look like Filipino, they look Korean, they look Haitian, they look black, they look African. And the eye colors throws me off. They were hazel, green, blue. The skin tones, freckles, red hair, twins, trip. I said, huh? My mom's side is even worse because I said, yo, you dark. But then when the kids start coming out light skin, I said, wait, huh? And then me. I'm all different colors. I'm not even one skin tone. I'm just using a filter because I don't even look one color. I'm one color here. If I go like this, look, different color, one color, one color. Freaking all different types of colors. I'm not one color of brown, a shade of freaking brown. And this where's my whole entire body. I didn't bake to one brown color. I was caramel, brown, coffee. I said, mm-mm. So I literally, like, my brothers, my two other brothers, Pedro and Hessel, we look alike and we don't got the same dad. So then I asked my older brother, or he told me that we might have the same dad, but it might be my father, my daddy. Because his daddy might not be his daddy, but he's already dead. But then my Pedro's dad is alive. But I realized that only three of us look alike. And we're only the three dark chocolates in the family. Everybody else is white as hell. 3 dark chocolates. But then again, we might look like our mom, but then we look like one of our aunts, Tia Belta. So you gotta listen. And everything we've been through with my mom picking man. So you gotta understand that, like, I question our ancestry. Because then again, my grandfather is white as hell with blue eyes. Then my grandmother, she looked Filipino. But then I've been trying to look for my family. And then my grandma, my aunt, my dad's sister, she looked Mexicana. but with slanted eyes, light skin. And then my uncle Nettie, he's another one. My dad's brother, he's light skinned, freckles, blue eyes, hazel. Then I see my dad, he has like the lightest brownish, like greenish eyes with orange in it. I said, where the heck you come from? But he's like 6 foot. So that's my uncle Nettie. Then I'm like questioning, like, where are you people coming from? And my grandfather is like 4 foot. He's the short. I'm like, where are you tall people coming from? Where are you tall people coming from? My mom is like probably 4 foot point something. Do you gotta understand? Like, my mom is short. My dad is tall. So how did I get him tall? Then my older brother's tall, but his dad is not even that tall. So genetics, okay, genetics. Then I realized this when I grew up here because of what happened with the abuse and everything. I grew up in the foster care system here in the United States. I think it was probably young. I don't remember. And I don't remember how many times I was taken away from my mother. So you gotta understand, ladies and gentlemen, when you grew up in the foster care system here, the system, Department of Children and Family, some people call it CPA, Department of Children and Family, and the system. It depends what it is. Now, group homes, I know a lot of these places are questionable, and they are questionable. I know some of these places, people believe that your child is not going to get abused. You do get abused. Talking for somebody who's been abused in the system, I did get abused. I don't think my mom ever known that I had experienced a car accident, and they have lied to my mother when I was in the Department of Children and Family. They used my trauma against me so many times. And one of my brothers, Pedro, he said that he slept with my foster mom. But then again, it was the conversation that when I moved here in 2010, mind you, I would go back on stories that happened in the Department of Family, but it was a situation that happened here in Worcestershire. It was the things that my brother Pedro, because me and him don't get along. I don't like him. And it was the way my mom treated my brothers, and then the things that I found out probably like a year and a half ago. Don't remember because of my seizures disorder, but I remember how much I kind of hated them. I believe in God, but it was like I learned to forgive and forget and not bother with my family, or forgive them and like build relationship with people that is not their fault. But as the situation was, I learned so much that is not my fault, what I've been through, and just cut off relationship with people. They're just so disgusting. The system is disgusting. The system is corrupted, and they will use you for money and lie to put money in their pockets. Because the government could be corrupted, but there's so much going on behind the scenes that nobody knew about, or nobody will fight for themselves about the mental health and medical, and how they will blindly put money in their pocket and misdiagnose you. Mind you, I was been misdiagnosed my entire life, and I've been fighting back for myself. And this is why I'm going to tell you this stuff that happened behind the scenes and nobody knew about, and I'm still fighting for myself. And this is why I hate the system so bad. And people need to understand the reason why so many people died or hurt themselves or put themselves 6 feet under is because they were never trying to say anything. And when they said something, they were considered themselves crazy, or people told them they were crazy, and nobody believed them. But I'm one of the survivors, and there's still people alive, or just they never said anything because they still consider them crazy. And no, we're not crazy. It's just people don't believe us, or they say, oh, that will never happen. They will never do that to you. No, it does happen. It's just people never believe us. Or they will still say, oh, you crazy. They will never do that. Mind you, let me tell you this. Everything that we went through, all the skeletons in the closet will be blown out of it. And they are right now. Mind you this. I tried to jump out of a van in a group home. Because one of the ladies, one of the nurses, I don't remember her name, I was trying to jump out of a minivan when I went to the appointment because the nurse triggered me. Because she was trying to threaten me that she was gonna lie about me to cut off one of my visits with my mother. So I unbuckled myself out of the seatbelt in mid on road. I think we were passing one of the markets, going to back to the group home for one of the I think it was like we were passing like kind of Fall River. Mind you, this is like Fall River is on the opposite side. Providence that way. Swansea is right middle. So Providence, Swansea, and then Fall River back there. I remember details. I don't know how I still remember so many bad things that Swansea Wood School did to me and some of the nerves that I unbuckled myself out of the meeting van. I opened that door. I pulled that thing and I tried to throw myself out of that van. I was fed up with certain things. Mind you, a girl named Kathy, she essayed me. She put her... I never said anything. I was attacked by a girl named Kathy. I didn't know what to do. I was a minor at that time. Honestly, this is why I question myself if I was bisexual. No te subas ahí, Oreo. Esas mesas no son para ustedes. You understand, Oreo? Sorry, my cat is on... Oreo, my table is not for you to be jumping on. It's too floja and you break my TV. Mami no tiene chavo para eso. Thank you. Respeta mis mesas. My cats know they're not allowed to jump on this table or go on top of it. And because I don't have money for a new TV. So, no. He would tempt it twice, and by the third time, I take a serious tone and I will never put my hands on my animals because I don't hate animals. I used to work in an animal shelter, so hell no. I love my animals. I will take a serious tone and I prefer people seeing it, and I got cameras on top of my house, so I have never hit my animals. There's a camera right over there. That corner right there. Hell no. The fuck? And honestly, and I prefer telling the truth than lying and stuff. And the thing is that it was so frustrating for me that I was tired of people not believing me what I was going through in life. It's getting hot. It's getting hot. It's because I have the heat on and I prefer like my cats having heat because it's starting to get cold. But the situation for me was that I was tired of people not believing me and everything I was going through. That I was like, since people started telling the truth, might as well tell the truth. But yeah, her name was Kathy. And she was prom queen, and she took the boy that I like from Swansea was cool. And I called for my records, and they're like, oh, it flooded, the basement flooded. I don't remember why. Every single time they always say when they want to lose the records or they don't want you to know what the heck is going on when you're trying to sue or write a book about your life story. So I started to remember. And it's so frustrating for me that every single time they don't want you to know or find out your past. You know what they say? It flooded. There was a fire. But I found out that my records are in Boston, not in Worcester. So I decided to okay, so I gotta go to Boston to get my records. Every single time they don't want you to get your records or all their stories and abuse or what happened. I said, Kathy did essay to me. She stick her finger in my hoo-ha. I was a minor at that time. She was older than me. The car accident, I didn't get the care that I needed about when the lady was speeding to McDonald's and she hit on my side. I didn't get the care that I needed. This is why I have the medical condition that I have. What else? The abuse that I went through. I still had the scar on my eyebrow when they did the wrong restraint. So I still have the scar. The reason why my hair doesn't grow that well on my eyebrow over here is because they restrained me the wrong way. I fought back. I did. Yeah, they restrain kids in the group homes if you do something bad. I don't remember what the heck it was. I think I said something that I wasn't supposed to say, or I was fighting somebody. First of all, in group homes, they do restrain kids. I was a little biatch when I was younger, and I did get restrained. So you misbehave, you get restrained. So I was young at that back day. I think I phased out restraints. And when I started behaving good, okay, so in group homes, they have levels. And as soon as it was school, they have red. When you go all the way to red, you don't earn money. Green, I think you earn $10. Peach is 15. Gold is 10, 20. No, wait. Red, you don't earn nothing. You earn $10 at green. You earn 15 on peach. And gold, you earn 25 or 20. So... And then they go on trips. At Swansea, they go to trips. They go to Six Flags, Water Country. They go camping. They go to water rafting, Canopy Lakes. They go trips to the mall on Saturdays. So they do a lot of stuff in Swansea Wood School. And I went to most of the trips because I always end up going back to Gold. Also, you could go on trips or regular school. I think they had a school in that group home, and then they did sports. I hated the sports. I was very active. I used to play softball. I liked playing softball, and they had the football, soccer. And Niall was the supervisor there. Then they had the Super Bowl on when the Super Bowl thing came. And then what else? I know Swansea was a little different, but the problem was back in the day, and you have an advocate. So they had advocates. So that's the one thing. You had an advocate, you had a clinician, and then you had your therapist there. I had issue with probably not that many girls there. They had probably like what 23 boys and then 22 girls, or 24 boys and then 22 girls. So and then there was set on the what second floor there was dorms. You had your, and there was two doors to separate the boys dorms and the girls dorms. Now I don't know why girls and boys dated, but I think I only like one boy, Kyle, and then Kathy took him, so I didn't give a fuck after that. But the boys there were trying to flirt with the girls, and every single time a new girl came in, the boys were trying to get the new girl. After I realized, I think I was like 11, 12 years old or 13 when I went in there. I was so young, the youngest one there, until two other the girls that I knew from another group home from Bondeville came in. Honestly, after I realized that boys were played there in group homes, I didn't want to date anybody there. And I think I was like 12, 13. Kyle was around my age. Kathy was around older than us. So I think it was weird that she was going after minors. And I think it was creepy after what she did to me. I said, ugh. And she was in a single room. So they put the oldest girls in a single room. And they put me in a single room because I was a minor. Then when the other two girls that were minors, they put us in a 3-bedroom. Because there's 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. Then when we got older, they put us in the 4 bedrooms with another girl that came in. Now, I didn't like Felicia. Because Felicia, there's some... Sorry, Jesus, for saying it this way. Now, when I didn't get on with Felicia because I called her Butt Tea Felicia, me and her collided. Now, the reason why I called her Butt Tea Felicia back in the day was because she stole my rosaries and she broke them. Now, she was stealing them, so I got into a fight with Butt Tea Felicia. Now, when we got along afterwards, when she apologized because she knew my rosaries were from somebody that I care for, and she was like a grandmother for me because I called her my grandmother, mind you, I didn't have family or friends like that who actually care for me, and they had to bring my mom to visit me, and they had to bring my mother that way. So somebody that gave me a rosary was like a grandmother to me because I didn't know my grandparents was like that. You broke a rosary because you stole them. And first of all, my rosary has my initials, and they were that purple rosary, so I have them on the window. She stole my rosary. Now, in group homes, they have to put your initials in your stuff, like DVDs, movies, clothing, all your things. They have to put your initials. Now, Felicia, her name is with an F. Her initials was a J. Mine was a GM at the time. I think it's GTM. Now, back in the day, my last name was Glenda Marrero. My name is not Glenda Marrero anymore. I still have a Glenda first name, but it's not Glenda Marrero. Because I got married a couple years ago, and I'm divorced now because my ex-husband had an affair. So I just wanted to understand, why would she steal something that is not hers? And then she knows that the staffs will put initials in your things. So this is why me and her collided. People wanted us to be friends with each other, and we had the same advocate. In group homes, they want people who fight with each other to be in the same room in 4 bedrooms. I didn't like her. If you steal my stuff, I'm gonna fight you. And I was younger, but I was tall as hell. As that picture there that I put earlier over there, I was tall. So I always had a fight with her. And then when we eventually got along, it was like, a couple of months afterwards, when she realized this is not the girl I want to fight with. Because I was playing sports. I played soccer. She thought that, just because I have asthma and seizures, or like I was, because back in the day I used to be a diabetic, but I was getting healthier. I was in sports, I was losing weight, and then I became prom queen a couple times. So she thought, this is not the girl I want to be fighting with. I want to be friends with her. And I didn't like her. So people like, no, she's trying to be nice. I said no. And I was like the teacher's pet. He put me in front of his desk. My favorite teacher at that time was gym. And the gym teacher, I would stay with the teachers or an advocate. I didn't want to be near people. And when they had TV, because they had a rec room, I didn't want to be near anybody. I rarely go to the rec room unless I needed to go to the rec room. And it's like, we had groups. Groups is like when they teach you DBT coping skills. I didn't want to go to them, but we had to, because that's a group home. They had to go. You have to go to school. Even if you're sick, you have to go to school. In group homes, they didn't care if you were sick. The one thing about me, I learned about group homes, that I knew something was wrong with my body, because when I get sick, I never show a temperature. Genetically, there's something wrong with me health wise. I knew that my body will never show. As I got older, I told my doctor, so when I get sick, I was never showing temperature since I was a child. Maybe when I was a newborn, yeah. But as I got older, I started noticing when I was sick, pneumonia, flu virus, I had the cough, I would have an ear infection. They would take me to the hospital, but I will never show sign that I was sick. In group home, that was very dangerous, because I probably would pass out. I would have runny nose, and then when my body would start getting worse and worse, I couldn't breathe. They realized they had to leave me in my room with one of the staff, because my body would rapidly decline. They notice that, and especially when you are a borderline diabetic or you become a diabetic, your sugar would affect you. And it had to be with the point that my sugar would affect me when I had an ear infection, or I would have the flu virus. My body would rapidly would affect my sugar, because nobody like, oh, you don't have a fever, but then my sugar will affect me. And they're like, oh, so you are sick. I'm like, I wasn't lying. I can't breathe. I was really sick. And they're like, oh, we thought you were lying. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I was never lying. So I had to literally stay quiet and let my body get worse. So like, why you didn't say anything? I said, because you never believed me. So I have to let my body get worse and let my sugar get worse. So you will call me a liar. You think that all Hispanics are liars. So what the fuck is wrong with you? So I'm literally leaning over on my desk. I couldn't really focus, and my eyes are glossy. So I let myself get worse. And there was a lady named Kim who didn't like me at all. And when she realized she messed up, she really, really liked me afterwards, because I let myself get really bad until my sugar got really bad. When Daryl did that wrong restraint, he hurt my eyebrow. Glenda, Daryl, Sarah, everybody, they all like me because they all screwed up. All those people screwed up. Jay, the twin brothers, they all started liking me because they realized they screwed up. And I said, I'm not the type of person that lie. I don't know how to lie. I don't know how to lie. Why would I lie to you? And especially, I had to do something crazy to show them that I'm not lying. Literally, I had to jump out of vans and stuff for that. Like, I literally had to do stuff to show them that I don't like them doing stuff to me and saying stuff to me that hurt me. And I told them, like, do you really want me to show you what's crazy is? So when I told them that one of their staff kept threatening me with my visits, I tried to jump out of it. I literally unlock it and jump over them, and I attacked them. And that's what they did. Their staff who really didn't like me, because they know unless I do something extreme in a group home, I said, if you say something to me with my visits, and they knew. And I told my mom, I said, look, Mom, like, I don't care if I lost my visit, because I know how to build. So if I was on gold level, I dropped to peach. And I always told the supervisor and stuff, I said, she said something to me, and y'all should know how I am by now. Mind you, I was literally like, when I got older, I started doing less. I said, if you push this bitch next to me, tú pones esta pendeja en el lado mío, van a saber que yo le voy a arrancar el pelo. Mind you, I pulled staff hair. And I didn't care if I was 18, 19. But as I got older, I was like 21. Because I left the group home at 21. I moved to Worcester in February of 2010. As I got older, I settled down. Like from 18 to 21, I settled down in group homes. I said, if you put this, I'm not going to be jumping out of vans. I'm not going to be doing this because I got my exercise. I said, don't put this one next to me. And she says one thing, you're going to know I'm going to pull hair. You're going to know I'm going to fight your style. Because I was tall. I was 5'9". Staff knew that staff knew in group homes I'm not the type to fight with. And The supervisor used me as a prep for restraints. I learned how to get out of restraints. I was a prep for the restraints. And I was never restrained after from 18 to 21. Like they're like, oh, so Glenda, can we borrow you so we could teach the staff how to restrain kids? I'm like, cool. Yeah, I don't mind. I learned all the restraints in group home. There's called a surfboard, but they call papoose surfboard. That's what the kids call it. It's a papoose surfboard. It is actually a restraint board. That is a strap board. It straps from the shoulders, body. Okay, so for example, this is the board. You got a strap here from shoulder, and then straps here, 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 and it straps your arms. So your wrist is gonna be strap. You can't get out, and I knew how to get out of it. And if you're not strapped, you can't. It's Velcro straps. So now this is chair straps. They don't use there is rarely use the straps surfboard, we call it surfboard, but there's actually the chair straps or the gonny, the paramedic bed. They're getting different now, and I saw what they do when they strap people into the hospital bed. I said, shit. Mind you, I've been voluntary to the hospital to the psych unit, so I'm gonna let you know. Yeah, these strap things, when they strap you to a hospital bed, it's different now. So cut the shit, people. It's not a surfboard anymore. It's actually to the gurney, to the hospital bed, and to a chair. They strap you to a chair, and they inject you with it's like a Benadryl. It's a sleeping pill to relax you. And if it depends on your size and weight, it's like four. So they inject you in one. They have three more ready for you to inject you. I seen them done that to somebody who was like 500 pounds, a big dude, and the chairs are bigger. So they have you strapped like a chair like this. I don't know if you can see my chair. So it's like this, and you're strapped like this, and they don't care. And if you're trying to hit yourself, dude, they're no, like you don't understand. Like you don't understand. Like I tell people, like I see somebody at the hospital 4 years ago get injected on the chair and on the hospital bed. I was like, what the fuck? I said, hey, I just came here voluntary because I thought I have it really bad. So I couldn't sleep because of a PTSD. And one of my medical treatment really affected me, so I couldn't sleep. What was it? I think I don't know what the heck was it. I was having seizures, and I had one of those infusion, and I got so sick that I was throwing up and I was bleeding for one of my medical conditions, and I could not stop throwing up. And I think my Jeff, whatever it's called, and I couldn't stop throwing up. And it was affecting me with sleep. So I was having bad insomnia, bad PTSD, and it was just everything affecting my mental health that I need. I said, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna volunteer to the psych unit. And for some reason, they restrained a guy to the bed. They injected him. I'm throwing up. And they're like, oh, so you want to go involuntary to the hospital? They restrained somebody to a chair. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to go to the hospital because I can't do it. UMass was already booked with everybody. So I'm like, yeah, I just want to go to the Natick or Community Health Link to the psych unit. So they had me there for 2 nights. And I was like, you know what? Can I just sign myself out? Because today at St. Vincent's is like crazy. Y'all, this hospital is like... And then like, you want to stay for 1 more night? I said, and on a night, I said, yo, like, I think, can you give me for the something to the stomach or pump my stomach out so I could feel better? But I said, y'all are booked here today. Upstairs is booked. I just want to go to Community Health Link or go to Natick, because those are the two Naticks, two hospitals that I feel comfortable in. I said, if those are not even open, just put me in behavioral health. And behavioral health is not open, I'm not staying here for 2 more nights. I said, I just go home and fuck it. I just go to a friend's house or something like that. I said, the hospital is acting crazy. I almost got attacked. Somebody threw almost something at me. And then you got the patients over here yelling and acting crazy, and they don't respect you. And I almost yelled at them to shut the fuck up. I said, how the heck you want me to wait for one of your psych units voluntary? When you go voluntary to the psych unit, it's voluntary. Nobody put me in here. I went voluntary. And you want me to stay here in the emergency room voluntary? I'm out. I said, call the social workers, call the psychologist, let me talk to them. I said, I don't even feel safe in the emergency room. Voluntary. You didn't put me on the other side. I'm still in the emergency room. And you tie people up. one on the chair, and you gotta deal with somebody's husband yelling at you guys, acting psychopath. And he's looking at me like, I'm not a psychopath. I say, hey, your wife is laying on that bed with construction. She's about to give birth, and you're acting like an asshole. Can you simmer down? You're stressing her out. Her machine is going crazy because they're waiting for her to be in the room. You can't even settle down. Hey, look at the nurse. She's coming to get your wife. I said, don't let him eat in that room with that poor lady giving birth. I said, you better, if he acts up in that room, get him the hell out. I said, look, I looked at her. I said, look, listen, ma'am. If your husband start acting out, you better start signing something right now to call security. Get him out of that room because he's going to stretch you out and he's going to put your baby in danger. Get him the hell out. She looked at me and said, yeah. I said, hell no. Like, how the hell you married to him? Like, what the hell? Like, this is why I said, like, I said, when I dealt with my miscarriage, I did with my ex-husband because of an affair. And if he's acting like that, he probably having an affair. And I'm sorry to say that. But why would he act like that right now, right here, acting like this with these nurses and doctors? I said, you got to check what the hell he's doing behind the scenes because he shouldn't be acting like that while you're having your pregnancy right now. That's weird. It must be some financial something like that. I'm sorry for my not minding my business, but what the heck? I went here volunteered to the hospital. He's acting like an asshole, like a maniac. Check what the hell's going on. He must be having an affair or dealing with some financial. You gotta check it. Check what the hell's going on. And he's like, I wouldn't do that. I said, sir, you should be the happiest man alive. You're dealing with some financial or having an affair or dealing with your mother-in-law or somebody in the family. Calm your ass down and do not go in that room or walk away right now. You're not going to put her to some shit. Especially when I want to deal with my ex-husband. What the hell is going on? Sorry for not minding my business, but mama, single parents a lot better and child support will be better. Cut the shit, sir. And I'm sorry for not minding my business. And over here, I go down the road. This is how I am. If y'all cannot settle down in this area with the psych area, y'all gonna hear my mouth. I don't even work here. Shut up. And if you don't like hearing my mouth, I only came here voluntary. When you come here voluntary to the psych unit to get help. If you're not here to get help, get help. Get out. Or y'all gonna get injected on your ass or your thigh. Get out. Or get me out. Or me. It's me or you. Psychologist, social worker kid, they got me out. The fuck? Y'all don't want to hear my mouth, then shut up. Get me out instead. I got out instead. I'm honest. I am honest. I have no filter. It does get me into trouble, but I don't give a crap. Honestly, I'm getting to the point that either it's my mental health or my medical, and people acting like stupid, and they don't know how to respect each other. But I got to the point where, like, either it's a husband not respecting his wife, or the wife not respecting his wife, a husband, or family and friends are not respecting each other, either mental health or medical. Y'all don't know how to respect each other, but you want me to shut up with my medical and mental health, but you use me and walk all over me. Since the day I got in and out of the Department of Family, you want me to give everything to you, my lifehood. And the same thing with the government, like what? The president, the government. You want to treat us the same. No, not everybody with mental health and medical is the same. Let me tell you why. I got my Section 8 around 2014, 2015. I've been living on my own since 2015. 2015. I moved on my own since the day I got out of the Department of Children and Family. I was homeless since the day I got out of the Department of Children and Family. I was homeless from... fuck. I signed out of the Department of Children and Family in 2014. Well, no. I got signed out in 2013. Re-signed myself in 2013. I was 24. What the fuck? Yeah, 24, 25. Signed myself back out because I found out they were lying about me and stealing from me. My boss said that at that time, the industry, he was reading my records and being disgusted, and then he triggered my suicidal thoughts. Mind you, I haven't tried to commit suicide since then. Now, the problem is with some people, they try to use excuse when they trigger people. He read my records. He was so disgusted, so inappropriate. Then, that mind you, thank God to the hospital, they had records that I did try to commit suicide. Mind you, they do blood tests. they show blood tests that I have medicine in my system. So back in the day, they were like, "Oh, she didn't try to kill." Mind you, he took my medicines, threw it in the trash in the bathroom. But this in a hospital, as I visit the hospital, it shows that I had the medicine in my system. I don't know how I didn't die or nothing like that. Like, cause I took all of them. So he took extra pill bottles and put it in the bathroom and put stage it like I didn't. But his sister, the bájate de la mesa. Look at this. Bella. Hello. 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 No, we're not doing that. Get out. Bájate. Go. Yeah, you gotta get out. Come on. Please get out. Come on. That's what you need. Yeah, you're too big for that. Why would you do that? What are you yelling at me for? Yeah, don't be mad at me for that. You know you're not allowed to be back there. No more. I gotta move that because you keep doing that crap. No, see, like, this is why I don't trust you. I don't know what's the issue with you guys at my table. No, move it. What? You guys can't be near my table. Cats. I don't get that tape so you guys don't touch my wires. No me toque los cables. It's always something with you guys. My cat never listen. Mira, me toco los cables, se van a joder ustedes. ¿Qué pique que tienen con la maldita mesa mía? That's so annoying. Stop touching my wires and my stuff. Please and thank you. Yeah, you too. You know the rules. Tú en vela con los malditos cables. Ya ves. Yeah, now you guys have. Actually looks better like that. Sorry. But yeah, I'm honest about the whole situation because group homes are safe sometimes, but it depends um, where you are, and I didn't go to the best group homes. I was in some safe group homes. I was. They were places that I could go to trips and stuff, and then they turn out to be, it depends with the staff and my mom and the staffs and the abuse, car accidents. They were withholding information, and my family withholding information. Like my younger sister, she told me that, I think in 2023, 2024, she said that everything I've been through was the truth. That my mom at one point, she asked, um, if me, if the girls wanted to go back with my mom. I was in Swansea at that time, I think, or a kids group home, and I didn't know that my mom asked to if we wanted to go back with her. But I didn't know that my youngest sister was being, you know, you know, attacked. And my younger sister said no, but I knew how to fight back already. So if anything happened, I could have fought back like I always did, because I fought back against my older brother's dad, who, you know, and my mom kind of erased what she did, or what she was denying, that everything what we went through, like rape, abuse, and everything, was not in her mind, and placing us on the inside and put him like, or like, I think I didn't remember, or I was erasing the abuse that these people did, and it's so frustrating because I wanted to go home, especially with the abuse that I was going in group homes, or the manipulation and lies. It was hard for me because I don't understand why my brothers and sisters were with my mom. If I was raped and abused, why could they be at the abuser's home with her decision making with some of these men? And then I found out that everything I said was true because my younger sister told me. But I'm like, okay, so why were you guys still there? You lied to the Department of Family, the CPA worker, to stay with her. Then when they asked my mom, they were asking who wanted to go back. My mom kept the boys, and then they sent them back because they went through the abuse. So for me, it was like so frustrating that this whole thing was going back and forth, but I was called a liar, the crazy one. So it's kind of like frustrating for me that I went through all this. Like I was taken away first, but I was called a liar. DNA doesn't lie, first of all. DNA was proven in Puerto Rico and in Boston that I was raped and abused, that everything I said is the truth. But then when they were going through it, I was called a liar. So it's kind of like, mind you, I was drawing pictures. I was drawing pictures, like naked pictures of the like people. Like I was drawing pictures of being abused and stuff. So for me, it was like kind of weird that like, oh, so you guys are going through it. Mind you, when I was being attacked, I had to put my 3 youngest siblings, like Carmen, Roberto, and Pedro, in closets so they don't get attacked. I was sacrificing myself for my younger siblings. My older sister and my older brother barely was home. So when things were coming out, like I couldn't remember, or I was having seizures, or I was just wiping it out. Like I was like the wife at home. My mom was working, or I don't know, out, and I don't know if she knew, or she knew, and or she was in denial that, like, or she was in denial, or like most women think. You're what's the word that most women use against their daughters? You are seducing my husband, my man. No, bitch. Nobody wants your nasty ass motherfucking man. Especially when you got 3 other kids, or 2 other kids that we're trying to protect. Your motherfucking kids. When you gave birth to other kids, how the hell we have to seduce your man? We don't even want your nasty ass, old ass, wrinkly ass thing. You're living in a house. So why do we want to seduce that nasty ass thing? The weirdest thing is, if 3 other children are lying, mind you, my mom knows how to lie through her eyes. How you go from Puerto Rico to New Jersey from Boston, and we still getting taken away from the Parmesan family and given back and taken away. The CPA, the Parmesan family should know that if that many times got taken away from your ass, there's a history with that woman. And if we don't have family and friends protecting us, you should know already there's something up with that mother. Mind you, my mom knew how to lie. She knows how to lie. And till this day, no family and friends rescued us from her. She knew how to lie. She knew how to live the luxurious life. So I honestly didn't understand, like, nobody rescued us from her, from those men. She knew how to lie. We went to church. Not even the church rescued us. The ones that believe in God never rescued us. They were signs of a sexual abuse and abuse like nobody. Mind you, I believe in God, but I don't blame God. I blame on the human beings. They knew the signs, but they knew how to lie. They closed their eyes. I see no evil, I hear no evil, I speak no evil. They knew. Nobody rescued us. Nobody. So I feel like human beings lose their humanity by themselves. They choose not to see, hear, and speak. Do I hate you? No. Do I hate the government? No. I just believe there's some stupid ass human beings, excuse my language, who pretends they don't see. I believe that I'm never going to be like some of them. No. I believe that I didn't lose my humanity. Do I hate some of you guys? Yes. Don't get me wrong. I believe in God, but I should have the right to hate. And shouldn't I? Was I rescued? No. As I gotten older, I should still hold a grudge, hate, petty. Yeah, I should. Till this day, I should be able to have those feelings. Should I repent for having those feelings? Yes. Because you know why? People still talk to this day like they done something for me. Like they rescued me. Like they love me. Like they're done their job. No, they have not done their job. Mind you, I was misdiagnosed since I was 5 years old. Since I was the Parmesan family. They still talk about like they done their job. No, they haven't. They have not. Doctors, psychologists, therapists, everything. Mind you, false records. False records. Even the government and president, they still talk about like they done their job, they doing this stuff, everything from. No, you have not. You're trying to take away the help that I still need to this day. You think that I could survive without you? No, because if you think that I could survive without you, without the help, mind you, you don't do finance help. You don't give a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a therapist, a forensic psychologist the funds they need to help me. A doctor to help me. You know right now that my doctor did a shit ass job. She did a false document. The insurance false their documents. They a neurologist false documents. I have all the proof and everything. Housing false documents. Inspectors false document. The Board of Health false documents. I have all their documents. They false documents. So you say you're here for us. You're here for the people. You want me to vote for you? No, I will not. Every person that try to vote for these people, like, no, how many years do I hear? We're here for the people. We're going to be here for you. We're going to try our best. No, you're never going to be here for the best until you show me actions that you're going to be here for me and the people. I'm not going to vote for you. Not that long ago, I got a paper. I'm going to show this little paper. It's for voting. It's for voting. I'm not going to vote. I will still make my videos and prove you wrong. Pero ustedes creen que me van a seguir jodiendo en mi casa. Se me van para abajo pronto. Yeah. Y'all need to cut the crap in my house. Like, look. Yeah, ustedes ven eso. You and you. Eso. Yes. You're gonna go downstairs soon. Me respeta mis cosas. Because I'm not going to be cleaning after your crazy ass. So I got this. It's in Spanish and English. It's for voting. I'm not voting. Go. Bang. Honestly, this whole thing with voting, like, I don't want to vote. You know why? Because, like, you know how many times people vote and we don't get heard. Mental health, medical, none of this is being heard. We're not being heard. A lot of people hate Latinos. They hate cultural. If you hate us so much, stop staging good with us. Cut off all contrast with people from who are Latinos, Mexican, Dominicans, Haitians, Japan, Thailand, all that. Stop exchanging goods with tropical islands. You know, stop exchanging goods. Give people the presidents they need, and stop exchanging goods. You know, I do feel bad for all those Chinese that were here from that factory. You know why Americans will lose this much money because of what happened with that factory? Is because they were on a Pacific contract. Mind you, I'm special as hell. I've learned something in this accent. I know for sure that they were here with a Pacific contract to help the Americans, and now all of a sudden they're not going to have that factory to help them make money and teach them how to work in America, how to build a Pacific factory they needed, because they were so freaking racist as hell with a Pacific nationality. And she thought she was doing good for herself, and she still wanted people to vote for her when she was being racist. What? She said, what was it that I couldn't even think of what she said? She said they were holding them hostage. At first, she thought they were Mexican. First of all, they were not Mexican. They were actually like probably Korean, Japan, Chinese, or Japanese. I didn't even care which one they were. She was being so freaking racist. She thought that she was doing something good, but she still wanted people to vote for her. A mayor for that city, or I don't know what the hell she was even. She was being so racist. They thought that she even thought for her little brain cells. She thought that. Listen, ma'am. I don't know where you think that you want people to vote for you as a mayor or president. I don't care who you are. It was a factory that the United States needed to train others in America. And then I saw this video that somebody had an issue with Bad Bunny. Now, I'm Puerto Rican. I was born in Puerto Rico. My birth certificate says Puerto Rico, Fajardo, Puerto Rico. Now, I know some people on here have issues with Puerto Rican, Mexicanos, Dominicans, and all this stuff. If you have issues with Latinos, all types of Latinos, Hispanics, give us our shit back. Goya, habichuela, mango, mangú. Stop exchanging goods with all Latinos. And if you have issues with Koreans, Japanese, Filipinos, Chinese, stop exchanging goods with every of them. And if you have issues with Jamaican, Africans, Haitians, any black cultures, stop exchanging good with Africans, because half of the stuff that is made in those cultures you have here in the United States. Now, if you have issues with Greeks, Arabics, Indians, and all, Greeks, any of them, stop exchanging goods, because half of the ingredients, the spices that you have from those cultures are here in the United States. Cut off all the exchanging goods. I'm going to explain that to you. Ustedes tienen cosas que no son de América aquí. Stop exchanging goods with them, okay? Cut off all the contracts. Because half of the stuff that comes from this in here is not from here. And literally says made from India, made from China, made from Japan, made from Puerto Rico. Goya is not from America. Like spices. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like literally, we're exchanging goods from all over the world. Puerto Rico's part of the United States. Like literally things that says part of United States is for a reason. So United States makes some money. It's making money with another island or another country for a reason, because it cannot make money by itself. So if you want to be racist for somebody else, you're not going to make money. They're not going to make money. You're not going to make money. So if you want us to go back, if you want me to go back, shit. I'm smart. I could make money over there. But stop being racist. Mind you, you know that Puerto Rico, you need to stop being racist, Puerto Ricans too. Like, I'm saying this. I'm not racist. But Puerto Ricans, you need to stop being racist to other Puerto Ricans. You know why? It doesn't matter what color you are as a Puerto Rican. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, mulatto, cremita. I don't care what you are. And if you're just slightly white, you know why it happened to your ancestors? Technically, we had a native land. So technically, we were kind of Indian to begin with. So none of us now that were Indian, we were native. So cállese la boca. We were not the color that we are now. So look at our ancestry. Porque los blanquitos, the little white folks that were in there, we were not what we are now. So the colonists that were in there back in the day, it's not what we are now back in the day. So shut up. Look at our ancestors. We were native. I think we were like literally dark as hell. A literally like ancestry white. I think we were literally like black. Ancestry white. Ancestry white. And I think we didn't even die. I think we were something else completely. Because I looked up our ancestry. I think we were something else completely. So shut up, whoever thought that we were not even what we are right now. Because I looked it up. We were something else completely. And whoever says what we were now is wrong. We were something else completely. Because I think we're like, and the whole language, the dialect that we spoke is not what we speak now. So we lost the dialect that we spoke. What was the language that we spoke? I think a certain part of certain Hispanics still speak the language. Because we don't even speak the language that we're speaking now. Hold on. So whoever says that we are what we are now is a whole bullcrap. Because we don't even speak what we speak. So I'm going to be honest to you. And I think what America was too, it's also a whole different thing. It was a native land, so it was conquer and rape and killed a whole bunch of people. So I don't know what people talking about. That America was no, it wasn't. That too. Puerto Rico was something else. I think Mexico was something else. But Mexicans, love y'all, but y'all know your culture very well. So I know my tablet's like beat up, it's cracked, so I was really big now. But I just love it how a lot of ladies and gentlemen, the dialect that Puerto Rico was is not what it is now. So what the heck I just do? I just could do it this way. Alright, so what? Oh. Whatever this is. What was the language that Spanish people spoke? What was the language that Spanish people spoke? Spanish people. I don't think it's Spanish people. I think it's Puerto Ricans. Because if I put Spanish, it would have been Spain, but it's not Spain. Because it would have been Spain. This is Latin spoke, but it's like not. It would have been Spanish. See, it says Roman language, but we're not trying to do Roman language. It would have been Puerto Ricans. See, it's literally giving me something else, so we don't want that. See, yeah, so we're gonna do this. It's a Spain. See, we're not trying to do that. Okay. Okay. It's giving me 4 languages, but that's not what we're trying to do. It says. Okay, so it says, I don't even know how to say this. Catalan Spanish? Country speaks. Our origins of Puerto Rican languages is not even that. So Puerto Rico. Let's go to this. So Puerto Rico is okay. So Puerto Rico, we're gonna do Puerto Rico heritage. Tainos. Puerto Rico's Tainos. We are a race mixed with Tainos. So I don't understand. Okay, so Taino, Spanish, African influence. So we are Tainos, a rich blend of Taino, Spanish, and an African influence. So that's the reason why our culture is so mixed like this. So Puerto Rico's our heritage is a rich blend of Taino, Spanish, and African influences. So I don't know why los puertorriqueños se creen que son just one Pacific, because we're not. We also have white, because that's the reason why also. Why is as well we have the blue eyes in our culture, because when the battle happened back in the day, that's the reason why the culture got so mixed. Especially it didn't end well because we only had spears and arrows and a lot of like rocks and stuff like that back in the day. So we didn't have, but Tainos, and that language was so beautiful. But we don't have enough of speaking that beautiful African culture, that beautiful language. But yes, Puerto Rican, because on my mom's side of the side, I know for sure she has the African in it, and then Tainos. That Taino language is so beautiful, and I wish I want to learn it, because honestly I do want to do an ancestry on my side, because my dad and my mom is so different. But it's only because of my grandfather. I really want to know where he actually come from, and then my dad and my grandmother, because that's so different. My mom, for sure, my mom is a whole different side of the African side, but I want to know if she has Taino or more African in it, or my dad's side, because my grandfather and my grandfather, if she has more Taino, or my grandfather has more of the Spanish side, because sometimes the Spanish has a little bit more white in it because of that rich culture, because my grandfather has that blue eyes, like that beautiful culture, like he has the nice white blue. I don't know how the heck you have blue eyes, dude. But that's why I want to make sure that where did this just come from, because for my grandfather's having more of that beautiful white skin tone, and then I saw my uncle Nettie, and then I saw more of the Taino side. It's like you have more of Asian features. I was like, where the heck you guys are coming from? But then I said also the feature of where my half sister's kids are coming out more at that beautiful light skin tone, where never are the same colors and stuff like that. And then my aunts and uncles, and I'm like, yeah, you guys got more like Asian features. So sometimes Tainos have more of that features. And then I saw my mom's side of the family, so I started realizing, my cousins are more of a light skin tone, but I saw my aunt's side who asked the same thing. And then I realized that my grandfather and my grandmother from my mom's side are dark skinned, but their kids' generations end up being white with freckles and blonde hair. So I was like, where the heck are you people coming from? So I realized that eventually it didn't add up of the skin tone. So I realized the possibility that ancestry, right, from my grandfather's side, from my mom's side, we have a mixed culture ancestry where we might have more of ancestry from both sides. And I'm going to request this from my older sister, if I could do an ancestry for my mom and my if we could do an ancestry for my mom and us, to see what we have in our family, because we have such a beautiful culture and skin tones. So we might have more of a Taino in Spanish, is more of a Spain, like a beautiful culture. So I really would love to request this of my brothers, my sisters, and my mom, if that's okay for my older sister, because we have a beautiful. I really want to know where our ancestry come from, and if it's rich or not. Like, not rich, but like culture wise, where our ancestry come from. And especially now that I know that Taino, Spain, we have more of a culture that's like a tribal. So it literally says a tradition of Spanish, colonial tradition, Catholic religion. I don't like that one. It says slave trade brought. So I know we do have an African in our families, but I honestly want to know what more we have in our family. But I don't like that slave trade. It's just like slave trading, and I'm like kind of sad about that. Honestly, I just want to follow the cultures and stuff, but not the slave trade. I said that like throw you off. I'm not a fan of the slave trade. Like, I know that they were in the families that do. Africans did have, they eventually what some Africans did, back in the day, African did their own slave trading. So I was like, whoa, African do slave trade when they became rich themselves. So that threw me off. So I was like, whoa. And someday, like, yeah, I want to go back to Puerto Rico and move there, but I just like, Yeah, but Donald Trump is the president of freaking Puerto Rico. So I don't know where people are saying that he's not. He is the president of Puerto Rico. I wish Puerto Rico did have their own president, but they don't. It's Donald Trump. It's just Donald Trump. But let me put my phone to charge, and honestly, like, this is literally my culture is it odd? We don't. It's that was odd. Okay, so Puerto Rico is not Spain. It's a territory part of the United States, but we are part of it's. Oh, so it's a territory located in the Caribbean Sea, though it's not a colony of Spain for over 400 years. Hmm. And it's been part of the U.S. territory since 1898. So I don't know why people are getting confused about. And it's a Commonwealth of, the United States since 1952. So I don't know why people are confused about this. Some people, I should say. So I don't know why people are confused about. It's a U.S. territory, self-governor. So it has a governor, but it doesn't have a president. So yeah, what's so confusing about this? Please explain to me, like, what's so confusing about this? I don't know why you guys are so confused. Some ladies and gents are so confused about this part about Puerto Rico. Well, I hope you have a nice afternoon because I want to know what's so confusing. Somebody needs to explain to me. I hope you like and follow and subscribe. I'm gonna look some more research on this because honestly, I'm learning more about this about myself and my heritage. It's because I haven't been in Puerto Rico since a long time. Well, I have not traveled back since I've been in the United States. I grew up in a foster care system. I want to follow my heritage. I want to know more about where I came from. Family, I don't know much about my family because honestly, I grew up in a foster care system. Not much I know about myself and family or friends. I haven't been back to Puerto Rico since I grew up here. I don't really talk to my mom. And I had never been rescued from any of my family. They never knew my situation. More like my mom hid it from them. And if they would have known, would they rescue me? But probably not. I was never rescued from anybody that cared for me. So it's kind of ironic. Like, if they ever know, would they ever care? Would they ever rescue me financially and support me medically? I feel like somebody will probably use me and think they will get benefit out of it because I'm in the United States. And honestly, I wouldn't care for them either way because they don't care for me. So why should I care for them in their financial situation? And I'm not trying to be mean about it or anything. Like, I help people from the goodness of my heart. But if you're not, love and care and support is received equally the same way. So I feel like when you're in the United States, that love and support is received equally or not for benefits. I learned the laws and regulation guidelines in the United States. So I feel like that should have been the same thing with Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico is part of the United States, so it's the same regulation guidelines. If you want love and support and like the correct way, you don't use and take advantage of people. The same thing in the United States. Do not take advantage of people or use them and manipulate them. If you want the same love and care, it doesn't matter if you have medical or mental health issues or nothing. And the thing for me is, like, it doesn't matter. One thing, I really hate when people say, I'm paying taxes. Okay, I work part-time. They take taxes out of my check when I work part-time. So that means I'm paying tax for somebody else. That means I'm paying for somebody else's, my own Social Security and food stamps. That means that I'm paying taxes too. So when a lot of ladies and gentlemen are saying, because I told my caseworker this, when I work part-time or under the table or anything, they taking taxes out of my check. No me brinquen esa silla. Yes, Ori, do not jump on my chair. I noticed that a lot of ladies and gentlemen who work full-time or part-time, they're like, oh, I'm paying for your exercise, I'm paying for your this and that. And I'm like, It took me a while to realize this, but I'm like, I'm paying tax too. So I'm paying for my own stuff and somebody else's stuff, and I'm paying for your bills too. So shut up, because I'm paying too. And not, it's not gonna be like yours, but I'm still paying because I get a less check than you. Pero yo te dije que te bajes. No, no quiero. Why not? I'll give you love in a minute. Oh, he wants attention. So I feel like a lot of people that don't comprehend that you working part time. No, yo te dije, espérate. Don't understand that I'm paying tax too. So my caseworker started laughing. He's like, "Oh, so you know that?" I'm like, "Yes, I know that. If I'm paying tax, mind you, they take a lot of tax." So I'm like, yo, I only get paid twice a week or every week or so. It depends what job you get. And I'm like, dude, like I'm paying somebody else's child support. I'm paying tax too. So then I'm like, oh, I'm paying for somebody else's food stamps. I'm paying for somebody else's society. Like I'm paying taxes. So like I love it when somebody else. I'm like, so am I. No, stop. Thank you. So I'm like, dude, like I'm doing the same thing as somebody else does that works full time. Except I'm doing this part time. No, me aruño si yo. So I feel like it's like annoying when somebody else says that. So now I cut somebody off. I'm like, okay, so am I. And they look at me like, oh, you didn't know that I'm paying taxes too. Oh, that's funny. You thought that you were the only one that does it. No, we do too. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you work part-time and they're getting taxes out of your check, you're paying taxes too. Somebody else's SSI and somebody else's food stamps. Don't let people that only work full-time think they're the only ones paying taxes. Yeah, we are too. Because even if we're in Social Security, you are paying taxes. So I told Social Security this. I'm like, hey, I'm so fed up of hearing people that are on social, like not like on Social Security. They think that they don't pay taxes. Like, yeah, we do too. This is why we could do taxes now. Because we are. Because I guess a lot of people that work full time, 40 hours, 60 hours, 80 hours, they think they're the only ones. Yeah, we are too. So take care. Follow and subscribe and comment. And listen, I'm not racist, and I know some people don't like the videos that I make, but it's not up to you. We have the freedom of speech. I know that this is United States of America. If you don't like it, scroll, change. You could still say whatever you want. I don't really care if you don't like it. I know how to handle trolls. I've been bullied my entire life. I've been harassed, bullied, everything you could think of. My videos is not for everybody. I'm an honest person. My videos are not always for everybody. I understand that. I am not racist. Puerto Ricans are racist to their own kind. I've been through it. Like literally, my leasing managers don't like some of the leasing managers or the people that work on my leasing office. That's another video for another time too. They don't like their own Hispanics. They discriminate on their own people. I went with one of my caseworker from the Department of Mental Health because I have a caseworker. So I do. I'm not going to lie about it. They were bullying me in front of my caseworker. And I said, hey, this is my caseworker from the Department of Mental Health. He's my caseworker. And they realized, and they're like, they scared like ants, like rats. Yeah, sometimes they forgot that I caseworker. Now they're doing a little bit better. Instead of bullying me and harassing me, they do it discreet. But I learned what discreet is with these leasing managers. And I told the judge that when I take them to court, I'm like, look, I get bullied by these people and they forget that I started learning how they do it. Like even with my doctors, they discriminate about my learning and disability and dyslexia. I have slightly autism. I noticed that I do. They say they don't like my paragraph texting. Fuck, who the hell knows what the hell is paragraph texting? I guess the way I speak is together. I didn't know that was paragraph texting. I do the same as texting and talking. I talk everything together like I do with texting. I forget to put the period point or separate it. People don't like the way I talk or text. Okay, I don't care. I have disorders. So what the heck am I going to do about that? You know, then people always are not going to like somebody. We are who we are. It's life. Fuck. So, I'm me. I'm who I am. I'm 35. I almost said 36. I'm going to be 36 next year. But I'm living my life. I'm learning how to be more independent, more of a human being, more of an adult. And I don't care if you don't like me, how I talk, how I text. These are my disorders. These are my mental health. Have I hurt anybody? No. Have I been to jail? No. Have I done anything to you? No. I've been independent since 2014. I've been living with my Section 8 since 2014-15. Have I lost my house? No. Haven't I evicted? No. I change my apartment once in a while because it's, a year and a half or so. I want to move somewhere else. I'm taking care of my health. I'm going to my medical appointments. I'm doing my treatments. But have I done anything to break the law? No. So people cannot put me together with somebody else who's doing something bad or taking advantage of the system. No, you can't put me excluding me together with somebody else who's breaking the law. No, I'm not the same as everybody else. No, we're not the same. No, so stop putting me together with somebody else who has mental health and who's a danger to themselves and others. No, we're not the same. Cut the shit. I explained to you, with everything I've been through, rape and abuse and trauma, I'm not the same as everybody else. I've been living by myself. I had a living caregiver. I kicked them out. Anybody who's trying to use me and take advantage of me, relationship, marriage, miscarriage, abuse, rape, everything, I kicked them out. If they can't handle my rules, my regulations, and I can't handle their shit because they don't want to be with me, they get the hell out of my house. It's my house. My house. You cannot follow the laws and regulations and guidelines of the states of United States of America or any laws and regulations the United States placed for us in America. You can't be with me. You can't. I'm not breaking the laws. Why? Because if I break the laws, I lose everything. So you mad at me because you can't follow the laws? You're gonna hate me because you can't follow the regulations and guidelines? But you mad at me because I have medical and mental health issues. But you're going to blame me for your mistakes? No. No. Be mad at somebody else because you have issues with yourself. You don't know how to respect yourself. I respect myself, so I follow the rules and regulations and guidelines. But you're going to hate me because I know how to follow them? So I'm the problem. Because I don't want to be like everybody else. No. No, 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 no. Yo no soy como tú. Yo no soy como esa gente. Yo no soy como ella aquello. No. I'm still my Latina self. I am Puerto Rican. I am born from Puerto Rico, and I'm part of the United States. So if you cannot handle that, that's not my problem. I'm a dark-skinned Latina, and I'm not like everybody else. Yes, I'm an ancestry. My ancestry is black as fuck. But I'm not like every black person, and not every black people is the same color. And not every freaking Puerto Rican is the same, or Hispanics are the same. We're not the same, America. Not even all white people are the same. Not all white person are the same. They're not racist, and not all Hispanic are racist. They're not the same. Not Japan, not China, not Thailand. Not all culture is the same. So cut the shit. We're not the same. If you don't like it, move. Create a nation for all the same people. Create an island for all the same people. You got the money for it. Create a government for all the same people and fight it out. What? You got money? Create a nation for all rich people and famous people in the same area. Create it. Complain and bitch and whine. Create that nation. What? What? You have issues. You got islands. You got land. You got this. You got power. Create a nation for all the people that don't like each other. Create an island for all the people that you don't want in the same area. Create it. You got money. You got power. Do it. Rich people got money, right? So put them in one place. Go move each other with one place. You don't want us in whatever, put us in one place. What? You think I didn't have a brain? I will move in one area. You don't like women? Well, we move in one area. Men don't like women? Men could move in one area. I don't understand, like, we have brains. We move. We huddle. Let's go. You don't like people with mental? Move us in one area. But don't lie about us and say that we are the same people because we're not. Stop lying. You're just greedy and boring and lazy. Do what you need to do correctly and stop lying about people because Mexicans are not the same. Puerto Rican are not the same. Dominican, white, everything. We're not the same. Cut the shit. You don't like it how we say this. You don't like it how we vouch for ourselves and defend ourselves. We're not the same. Shut up. I hope you have a great day and God bless and many blessings because God doesn't like dirty. or the devil. Because you want to blame the devil and God and all this is the politics or whatever. It's not the same. Not all the politics are the same. Not all the presidents are the same. Like I said, I don't have the problem with the president. He is a good businessman. His IQ is similar to mine. He is a good businessman. He did good. He did bad. I don't care for him. He's not a bad man. He just says some things that he's honest. He's an honest man, but I just don't really have a problem with him. If I ever met with him, I'm going to say, I don't have a problem with you. You just say some things that are pretty funny and I don't understand you. He literally said that he met the president of Puerto Rico when he's the president of Puerto Rico. People have a problem with Bad Bunny when he's Bad Bunny. If he wants to sing in Spanish, he's gonna sing it back in Spanish. When people have a problem with Justin Bieber's girlfriend, who cares? It's Justin Bieber's wife. When they have a problem with Selena Gomez, it's Selena Gomez. They have a problem with Taylor Swift. Who cares? These are human beings. Like, I don't get it. Like, and you're rich and famous yourself when you have a problem with these people. You have the money like them, right? No, right? You're a fan. You're just a fan. When you commit crimes, you go to jail. Stop doing stupid things that mess your life up. I just don't understand it. This is why I don't do things that mess my life up. Like, if I wish I could meet these people, it's like, hey, why would you do something that will mess your life up? This is why I don't vote. I don't mess with things that I shouldn't be messing with because I either don't comprehend it or I don't. It's just waste of time or air. Air is air, but because it's invisible. You can't see air. It blows. It's air. Don't waste your time on things that could hurt you or waste your time. It blows. Can you see it? No, unless it's a grass or something or dirt. Unless you could see it or touch it. Don't touch things that you're not meant to be touching. Don't touch people you're not meant to be touching. Déjalo en paz. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. If somebody doesn't want you, she doesn't want you. If he doesn't want you, leave it alone. You will mess your life up for him or her. If somebody wants to divorce you, they divorce you. If it's your money, it's your money. If it's not your money, it's not your money. Stop being greedy. Don't mess your life up for somebody else. Simple as that. If it's meant to be yours, it's meant to be yours. If it's not meant to be yours, don't touch it. I learned that the hard way. I don't be around people that is not meant to be in my life. I stop being friends with people that is not meant to be in my life, okay? I made good friends and I made bad friends, okay? I walk away. Karma and Mother Nature adds up at the same time. People suffer the consequences and some people don't because they're not meant to suffer right now. Eventually they're going to suffer, and I've seen them suffer really badly. But they blame me for stuff that I didn't do. Okay, that's not my problem. That's your problem. You think I'm suffering? No, I'm not. Look what I have. I have my home. I'm moving up in life, slowly but surely. But I'm not suffering. And it makes people mad. It makes people mad because I'm moving up in life because they're the ones that did something bad to me. I didn't do anything bad to them. I said something, but not because I did something to them. They did something to me. So I should have kept quiet. But I still moved up in life because they made me angry. I should have kept quiet, but I didn't. Because when people hurt you, they want you to move down in life. They don't want you to move up in life. So I learned to not let my anger and rage control me. But then again, I have manic disorder, so I know how to get angry quickly, then keeping my mouth shut. I'm talking the truth. I don't need to be lying about this. Mind you, I've been through a lot in life. But I moved up in life. It took a while to be where I'm at. It has. But I'm happy. I'm hurt. I've been traumatized. But I'm hurt. But I'm alive. But I'm okay. Someday I will go to Disney World. Someday I will go to a concert. Someday I will meet Selena Gomez. Someday I will go to Taylor Swift concert. Someday I will meet The Rock because I'm a fan of The Rock. Someday I will meet Johnny Depp because I'm a fan of Johnny Depp. Someday I will meet my favorite singers because I'm taking care of my health. Someday I will meet the people that I want to meet. Someday my platform will blow up the way I wanted to blow up with. I have platforms. I want to be the way I want to, but I'm not greedy about it. Someday I want these platforms to blow up. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I want my platforms to be the way they are, but not the greedy way. I don't want to be rich and famous. I want to be financially secure. But I'm happy that I'm raising up in life the way I'm supposed to be raising up in life. But happy. I'm not going to be greedy about it. Happy. And I'm never going to let anybody else take advantage of me, use me, attack me, and take advantage of me. But I'm happy. Safe. Happy. And someday, hopefully, I meet somebody that could love me the way I am. And not think I'm a burden or too disabled or too special for them. Just happy and okay. It sucks that sometimes we're too, how they call it, we are burdened, we're too used up. It's not we're burdened, we're too used up. It's just sometimes people don't like us the way we are. We're not damaged goods. Just people don't know what we are. And we've been through too much because of either of a family or friends or something that happened to us. But we slowly will move up in life the way we're supposed to. As long as we believe. And I believe that I slowly will move up in life the way I'm supposed to. And I will never let my past control me. And everything that I've been through, all the traumas that I've been through, all the abuse that I've been through, is never going to control my life. I will slowly move up in life. Just the way I'm supposed to. I will never let my trauma control me ever again. And all the abuse and all the people that walk all over me and use me, I will never let them control me ever again. It will take time. It will take a lot of healing. And I will talk about it the best I could. And I'm still learning how to survive in this world that messed me up. But is it their fault? They've been into trauma. They've been abused too. But I will never do it to somebody else either. Because somebody hurt me does not mean that I need to hurt somebody else. Because somebody else hurt them, they hurt me. So I should stop that cycle. I shouldn't hurt somebody else because they hurt me. No, I don't need to hurt somebody else because they hurt me. I cut off that cycle. I cut off my family and so-called friends. They hurt me because somebody else is hurting them. I need to love myself more than they love themselves. They don't respect themselves. I learned this saying, and I don't know if nobody else uses it. So I tell people that they don't respect themselves because the reason why people don't respect themselves because nobody else respect the other people. So when you don't respect yourself, you're going to hurt somebody else. So when you don't respect yourself, you don't have respect for somebody else. So if I have respect for myself, so when you have respect for yourself, you respect others. But if you don't have respect for yourself, you're not going to respect somebody else. And a lot of people say, oh, I respect myself. I say, so why would you treat me the way you do if you have respect for yourself? The way you talk to me, the way you bully me, the way you harass me, the way you use me, it's not respect for yourself. You wouldn't do the things that you do if you have respect for me. So it has them thinking, like what? Like it throws them off, you know? So learn this. If people have the respect for themselves, they wouldn't do the things they do to you. If they love themselves, they wouldn't do the things they do to you. Self-love doesn't mean abusing you and do the things that they do to you. So I learned that a lot. So I use that as a way to tell people, well, you don't love yourself, because if you love yourself, you wouldn't do the things and say the things you do to me. So you don't love yourself. You don't have respect for yourself, and you don't love yourself. And it makes them mad. Because you can't throw fake love to people. Fake love is not real love. Fake respect is not real respect. They don't respect themselves and they don't love themselves. Because love, you will feel love. Care, real care is real care. Fake care is not that care they give you. Because they're using you and throwing at you. They're like fake stuff at you. You know the difference. So think about what? Self-love. And the thing is, if you don't care for yourself or respect yourself, you're not going to respect somebody else and love somebody else and care for somebody else. If you don't care for yourself, actions are actions. Know the difference, ladies and gentlemen, because I started learning the actions and the real words. And I realized that I need to really start doing the same thing. and really showing the action. And when I started doing the actions, I really meant it. And I started cutting off a whole bunch of people out of my life who really didn't care for me. And I kept the real people in my life who really, really did respect me. And it hurts. It really does hurt. It sucks. But I respected myself, really. I really did. I respected myself and cared for myself. I hope y'all know he's plotting to climb. But I hope you have a great day and like keep that words in your head. And if you want, if not, I'm trying to tell you this is really surprising how life changes. You slowly start opening your eyes and like you could breathe. Stuffy nose right up, but I'm gonna tell you, you could breathe a little bit better. But I hope you have a great